Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching The Book Dragon. In today's video, I'm bringing to you 10 non-fiction self-help book recommendations. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. The first book that I'm recommending today is Your Erroneous Zones by Wayne W. Dyer. The title of this book might seem a bit misleading because of the word erroneous zones in the title itself. Now, erroneous zones are those places in our lives in which we make a lot of errors. The worst thing about the erroneous zones is that we don't know that we are doing these errors in certain specific areas of our life, and how this book can help you in order to come out of those errors is that it will actually point you that these are the areas in which you're actually doing errors. It's not saying anything in a pleasing way. It just puts out everything as fact in your face, so you'll be able to understand that these are the things that you're doing wrong in your life. One of the worst things that all of us are doing in our lives is that we are handling a lot of stuff and we don't have the time, or we don't care to acknowledge the errors that we are doing in certain parts of our life. But I'm sure that if you read this book, you'll be able to identify certain errors that you're doing unknowingly or knowingly in your life, and also rectify them and move forward at a greater pace and attain your destination in a very easier way. The next book that I'm recommending is Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happier Life by Francis Mirales and Hector Garcia. The names of these authors are so tough to pronounce. And this book actually deals with finding your Ikigai. Ikigai actually means in Japanese that is a reason to live. Okay, you have to find your Ikigai, which is a reason for you to live. The main motto of this book is that once you identify the perfect reason for you to live, you'll be focused towards that reason, and you'll put all your effort in order to do certain things based upon that reason. This book is actually based upon Japanese culture entirely, and it is also based upon certain researches that are done by the authors from a small village in Japan, where the people with the longest lifespans in our planet have been identified to live, and the practices that they follow in their life. This book is a lot spiritual in nature, but it does not relate spirituality in any way to being happy and living longer in your life. Okay, it just deals with the practices which you have to impart in your life and follow in a daily basis in order to become happier as well as a very long living person. So do try and read Ikigai by Francis Mirales and Hector Garcia. Next book that I'm recommending is The Quick and Easy Way to Effective Speaking by Dale Carnegie. Now, this is a book that is solely dedicated for public speaking alone. It doesn't deal with public speaking in English in any sense. It just talks about public speaking in an effective way in any language. You just have to follow certain simple rules that have been said by Dale Carnegie in this one. Now, the best thing about this book is that he illustrates each and everything that he tries to convey to the reader with an example. Okay, he just quotes out certain incidents from real life that he had experienced from his clients and students, and that has been really good. Okay, I also have a video based on this book, which is like 10 tips in order to speak effectively. I'll link it up in the iCard and down in the description, so you can check it out if you want to. And I also highly advise you to check it out, because I also share some of my personal tips in that video, which have been very much effective in my life. And this one will really help you a lot in order to speak in an effective way, which is way too important in the current world. The next book that I'm recommending is How to Talk to Anybody, Anytime, Anywhere by Chris Widener. Now, this book is also solely dedicated for people who are trying to speak in an effective way and in order to get a lot of things out of others while speaking with them. Okay, there are only 3 steps that have been discussed in this book, which are: ask a lot of questions and try to build up a connection based on those questions, and also try to move in the direction of the established connection, which will help you learn a lot about the person who is sitting opposite you, and it will also help you become a very good conversationalist in any way. I also have a video for this one also, but it's in Tamil, so if you understand Tamil, you can watch the video, because I've discussed the entire book in Tamil, so it will be easier for certain people to understand. And I highly recommend you this one, because it's such a short book. It's just 20-25 pages long, but everything that has been told in this one is very much legitimate. The next recommendation is not actually a book, but an author, which is Brian Tracy. You can try any of the Brian Tracy books, because he's like one of the self-help gurus out there, and all of his books are mostly good. I have read like 4 to 5 of his books until now, and I've found something very much valuable from each and every one of those books. I'll highly recommend you to try these books as audiobooks, Many of them are available in Storytel, and there is also this collection of his works called the Brian Tracy Library available in Audible. You can also try that out. And most of these books, which are like single editions like Negotiations, Leadership, and Personal Success, these are certain books which I have read. In all these books, he actually puts out 21 rules or suggestions which you have to follow in order to attain the title of the book, which is Negotiation or Leadership or Personal Success, something like that. You have to follow these 21 steps or procedures in order to attain your destination, and all those things which he says are so doable. So you have to try some of the Brian Tracy books if you are aiming to develop yourself as a person. The next book that I'm recommending is The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Now, this has been one of the best self-help books that I've read this year, guys, because I first thought that this book is very much overhyped, but trust me, this is not at all overhyped. It deserves all the hype and credit that it is being given in the present day. It's an old book. It's not a recent release of when it comes to self-help books. It's an oldie but a very, very goodie. But the thing that's totally told as the secret in this book is the law of attraction. How the law of attraction works, what it actually is, what you have to do in order to attract positive vibes to yourself, what you have to do in order to repel negative vibes from yourself, what are certain things which you are actually doing without your knowledge that are repelling all the positive things out of your life. Those are excellently portrayed by Rhonda Byrne in this one. I also heard this as an audiobook, so it was just 2.5 hours long in double speed. It was very much interesting, and it was so legitimate in every sense, so you have to try this one. The next one is Hero, also by Rhonda Byrne. Now, in this book, Rhonda Byrne actually tries to narrate the story of a hero. It's non-fiction, okay, but she narrates the story of the hero in a fictional way. How she takes like 4 or 5 people from different parts of the world, and how they have been successful and what are their stories in order to attain success, that have been discussed by Rhonda Byrne in this book. There is also an Indian in this book, so you'll be able to relate with that person to a small extent throughout the book, and it was also very much encouraging. Okay, it was so much motivational compared to any other words which I can say in order to describe this book, and you have to try The Hero by Rhonda Byrne. The next one is Who Will Cry When You Die by Robin Sharma. Now, in this book, Robin Sharma discusses 100 things, okay, not 1 or 2, 100 things, 100 different things which you can follow in a really easy way in order to attain certain great goals in your life. Okay, all of these things are certain things which you can actually do on a normal basis on an everyday life itself. Okay, it can be easily included as a part of your daily routine, and you can do it in order to make your life successful and equip yourself as an even more skilled person. I have tried some of the things that have been discussed by Robin Sharma in this book, and they are very much practical in every sense, guys. They are working out in the ways that I'm expecting them to work out in my life, and this is a book which I actually recommend you based on based on the experience that I have got after following certain of the things that have been said in this book. It's not possible to try all the 100 things that he says, but you can at least take in like 10 to 20 different things and try implementing them in different parts of your life so that they will affect your life in a positive way in a great scale. The next book is The Law of Attraction, Plain and Simple by Sonia Rikkoti. Now, in this book, Sonia Rikkoti, the author, actually explains how the law of attraction works and how it doesn't work in 11 simple steps. Okay, if you ask me, in order to understand the law of attraction, you can read this book, because it is not like a ongoing book. Okay, she just describes each and every steps in order to attain the law of attraction, or to perfect the perfectly understand the law of attraction in a proper way in order to get all the positive things in life attracted towards you. You have to read this book if you have to attract positive vibes, and it will definitely help you to attain certain things which you're actually trying to get. The last book that I'm recommending is actually the first book which I must have recommended, because it is something which has to do with the mind, and it is Declutter Your Mind by Tiffany Adams. In this book, the author Tiffany Adams actually discusses certain techniques and processes that you can follow in order to free up your mind and close the doors. Okay, one of the main issues which most of us face nowadays is that we are not able to put our thoughts and focus on certain things as single ones. We usually let our mind to wander, and what happens as a result is that we end up having a lot of thoughts in our head which are mostly not at all necessary. in order to make room for thoughts which are actually productive, which will actually do certain good stuff in your life, you have to empty certain space in your mind. And this book will help you to do that, because it will help you to declutter your mind, just as the title of the book says itself. And it will be very useful in order to close your minds for things that are not necessary and open it up for things which are actually necessary in life. That's all for today, and I hope that this video was useful to you guys. And if you have any self-help book suggestions, do drop them in the comments below, because I want to get and read a lot more self-help books in new categories. And that's it for today. If you did enjoy watching this video and found this useful, don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up and also share it to your friends. If you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.